Hello and good evening, our beloved viewers. You're watching our live RTT channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. The President of the Republic returned to the country after attending the inauguration of the re-election Ivorian president. The President of the Republic met with his counterpart of Ivory Coast. And on the international scene, Palestinian resistance movement Hamas in cooperation with the team from International Committee of Red Cross. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, returned to the country on Tuesday evening after attending the inauguration ceremony of the President Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast. Upon his arrival at Djibouti International Airport, the President of the Republic was received by the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, the President of the National Assembly Dileita Mohamed Dileita, and other high-ranking civilian and military officials. On the sidelines of the inauguration ceremony, the President of the Republic met with his Ivorian counterpart. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, met with the President of the Republic of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara, on the sidelines of the inauguration ceremony. The President Guelleh met with his Ivorian counterpart. During the meeting, the Djiboutian President congratulated his Ivorian counterpart on his re-election for a fourth term, emphasizing the importance of strengthening bilateral relations between the two countries. The discussion, which focus on developing economic cooperation and enhancing exchange between the two people and countries, explore ways and means to evaluate the economic partnership, particularly in the areas of human resource development and training. The discussion also addressed strengthening bilateral partnership to confront the shared challenges facing both countries within the framework of enhancing strategic cooperation and sustainable development. The University of Djibouti hosted a seminar on access to justice challenge and prosper as part of Justice Week. As part of Justice Week, held on 3 December to 10, 2025, under the auspice of the Minister of Justice, and a seminar on the access to justice challenges and prosper was held on Wednesday. The event was attended by the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Researches, the President of the University of Djibouti, along with faculty member, researchers, and large number of students, providing a platform for constructive dialogue on current issues within the Djiboutian judicial system. Several key themes were discussed, including modernizing judicial procedures, enhancing legal aid for vulnerable groups, strengthening fundamental rights, but also training the next generation of legal professionalism. The speaker also provided an overview of ongoing reform aimed at improving the quality of public justice service and bringing judicial institutions closer to the citizens. The seminar provides students with an opportunity to ask questions and participate in discussion, contributing to a deeper understanding of a judicial system. In our delegation from the Food and Agriculture Organization known as FAO, headed by Director General TAR, the firm of Dr. Jama Al Mauki, a prominent figure in Djibouti's agricultural sector. This firm serves as a tangible example of innovative initiative to improve productivity and enhance crop resilience, but also sustainably manage natural resources in a competitive environment. During the visit, the FAO Director General commended the efforts of the local entrepreneur and emphasized the importance of supporting agricultural projects in the country and strengthening technical skill, but also developing production models adapt to the local context. The Minister of Agriculture stressed the significance of this courtesy visit, noting that it opens a new avenue for cooperation to enhance food security, create employment opportunities in rural areas, and promote self resilience among Djiboutian farmers. A three-party signing ceremony was held this morning. The Ministry of Energy, responsible for natural resources, witnessed the signing ceremony of Annex 1 to three-party agreement between the Ministry and the company Salt Investment and the CMGF, marking the launch of a first phase of the new development plan for Lakasal Salt. The ceremony was presided over by the Minister of Energy Yunis Ali Gedi and attended by the Chinese ambassador to Djibouti and a senior official from the companies involved. This annex, originally signed in Beijing, China, is part of Djibouti's vision of 2035, which aimed for the sustainable exploitation of natural resources. The first phase, founded with over 9 million, include the construction of a factory with a capacity of 500,000 tons of industrial salt and 20,000 tons of table salt, in addition to the establishment of warehouses, workshop, and supporting infrastructure. The project will continue with two additional phases at a cost exceeding $40 million, which open completion will enable Djibouti to produce and export more than 2 million tons of industrial salt, of 50,000 tons of table salt annually. In his speech, the Chinese company representative said in his speech that it is a great pride that we participate in this historic stage of development of the Lakasal salt industry. This project embodies our commitment to innovation, quality, and sustainable development. We are convinced that this first phase, which include the construction of a modern plant and this infrastructure, will significantly contribute to the national salt production and export. And he emphasized the partnership with the Ministry of Energy, and also the Salt Investment Director General, through the signing of this ceremony. For his part, the Minister of Energy, Mr. Yunis Ali Gedi, stated in his address that Lac Assel is an economic zone contributing to the country's development. Said the minister, the signing of the Annex 1 to the three-party agreement marks a major step forward for the sustainable development of our country's natural resources, particularly those of Lac Assel. Through this strategy partnership with Salt Investment, we are taking a decisive step in implementing the new salt industry development plan, conclude the minister. The 16th African Private Sector Forum in Djibouti, under the chairmanship of His Excellency the Minister of Trade and Tourism and the Republic of Djibouti, was honored to host the 16th African Private Sector Forum this morning. This major event is being held at Kempinski Palace Hotel and will continue for 3 days under the theme harmonizing digital economic and innovation to accelerate intra-African trade and achieve inclusive and sustainable development. The forum brings together hundreds of representatives from the African private sector and a strong presence in the digital economy. The opening ceremony was attended by several prominent figures, including a member of the Djiboutian government as well as a delegation from all African countries. And a high-level panel discussion featuring experts and investors are being held throughout the event. In addition to the speeches, the discussion exhibition space was set up to provide local entrepreneurship.
About harnessing Africa digital economy and innovation for increasing our intra-Africa trade, for realizing sustainable development. So what does it mean, digital economy, for us as private sector? And how are we going to really harness our Africa's digital economy? Today, with the era of the digital economy, if we want to have, as private sector, marketing for our products, we need, of course, digital economy.
In his address, the President of Djibouti Chamber of Commerce, Yusuf Moussa Dewali, explained that the African Continental Free Trade Area has opened new horizons for integration, and he said that the prominent retailer Dealway made a strong impression by purchasing several products, demonstrating its support for the local economic and innovation. This symbolic act, he said, is important for solidarity among other actors in the African private sector, he concluded. In his address, the Minister of Trade and Tourism, he said that he affirmed that Djibouti, recognizing the importance of this transformation and has embarked on implementing fundamental reform aimed at building a resilient and inclusive digital economy. The minister also addressed the key issues of infrastructure challenges as well as the opportunities that innovation offers to facilitate trade between African countries. The Minister of Youth and Culture is meeting hosted yesterday the signing ceremony of a partnership agreement between the Ministry and Qatari charity aimed at enhancing the social and economic integration of youth in the region. The ceremony held in the presence of Dr. Hibo Momin Assowi and the Embassy of State of Qatar in Djibouti, but also the Director of Qatar Charity in Djibouti office and her colleague. This partnership with an international non-governmental organization working in field of social assistance and development represent a significant step in the strengthening cooperation between the two institutions, particularly regarding the socio-economic integration of youth in the region. This collaborative project embodies a genuine commitment to supporting and empowering young people, contributing the improvement of their social condition. Yesterday morning at Sheraton Hotel, the Minister of Decentralization, Dr. Qasim Harun Ali, inaugurated a workshop to develop a roadmap for the Ministry of Decentralization. This initiative is part of effort to strengthen local governance and improve the Ministry's performance in preparation for the launch of the ADIL in the number 2 project, which is early 2026. The workshop is being held under the auspice of the international firm and is funded by the French Development Agency. The key stakeholders in the file of decentralization and the ministry's partner institution are participating in his opening for the decentralization national priority and praise the founding for the decentralization institution to promote local development and democracy at the regional level. For his part, the Minister of Decentralization, Qasim Harun Ali, said, "I'm pleased to open this workshop dedicated to develop the ministry's roadmap as we prepare for the project. This decentralization is a national priority, and I salute the President of the Republic, the founding father of the decentralization in Djibouti. We must strengthen our decentralized institution to promote local development and reinforce regional democracy." The Minister of Digital, Economic and Innovation held a comprehensive meeting that included various components of the national digital ecosystem to officially launch the process of establishing Djibouti Digital Companies Union. This initiative came as an extension of the Marrakesh Declaration, during which Djibouti was selected as one of the 8 founding countries of the African Digital Companies Union, a step that reflects the country's commitment to strengthen its regional presence in the technology sector. This direction falls within the framework of the Smart Nation vision, which makes digital transformation a fundamental pillar for modernizing the national economy and enhancing its competitiveness. The official status of the African Digital Companies Union are expected to be signed on December 12 in Marrakech in the presence of Head of Government and Kingdom of Morocco, in an event that will mark a new step in Djibouti's position on the map of a digital economy in the continent. On the occasion of the International Anti-Corruption Day, celebrated annually on December 9, the President of the Independent National Commission for the Prevention and Combating the Corruption, Ms. Badiria Zakaria Sheikh and her team, accompanied by teachers, conduct an awareness-raising tour of several primary schools, including Gabotu School and Gashamale School. This tour aimed to embody this year's theme, uniting with the youth against corruption, building the integrity of tomorrow, which highlights the vital role of young people in preventing and combating corruption. During their visit to the school, the Commission presented educational and civic activities to help students understand the concept of corruption, integrity and honesty, but also respect for the priority of others, the property of others. The children participate in rebuilding an integrity to themselves and receive a number of awareness materials, including a picture book highlighting correct practice and behavior to adopt when faced with a dishonest situation.
ayaantani doorka weyle caalamku ugu magac dare musuqala dagaalankiisa dunida laga wada xusaayo antirka ka qado ujeedada dalacde antirka ka qado ujeedada dalacde dada waxaan uga socdaa ayaantani doorka weyle ugu magac dare musuqala dagaalankiisa dunida laga wada xusaayo musuqa dabarkiisa iyo duluucdii qaban lahayd ururkii dabaqaya iyo halkii la dejay suuqa dabarkiisa iyo duluucdii qaban lahayd ururkii dabaqaya iyo halkii la dejin lahaa hoggaankeenna daacadii kolkuu u diyaariya darmada nabad loogu dhigay dalkeennana laga ansixiyey
Sur quels critères on choisit un chef de classe?
Le chef de classe doit être sérieux, travailleur et poli.
Moi, je suis sérieuse, travailleuse et polie.
Moi, je suis polie et sérieuse.
Tiens, je te donne ce bonbon, mais tu vas voter pour moi. Tiens, Ali, toi, tu es mon copain, mais tu vas voter pour moi.
Tu peux compter sur moi si jamais la maîtresse comprend la triche, je me retire.
On doit choisir celui qui travaille bien, pas celui qui distribue des bonbons.
Aden a triché, il a distribué des bonbons pour être choisi.
C'est de la corruption. On ne donne pas de cadeaux pour être choisi.
Aujourd'hui, la commission anticorruption est venue à l'école. Nous avons appris que la corruption fait du mal et nous disons non à la corruption.
Ne pas mentir, aider ses parents, être respectueux, ne pas donner de cadeaux pour être choisi.
In her statement, the president of the Independent National Committee, Badria Zakaria Sheikh, declared and explained that the warm citizens on the day, calling on them to unite and actively participate in the anti-corruption effort. She stated that this initiative is the first of its kind as a committee intend to strengthen the education of ethics, integrity and citizenship in school and universities in consultation with the Ministry of National Education to explore the possibility of including educational unit on combating in order to combat the corruption starting from primary level, and training unit on combating corruption is also being prepared, she said. The first technical meeting dedicated to drafting the African Model Law on Climate Change, organized by the Pan-African Parliament, conclude this morning. This session brought together parliamentary delegation from the member of the state of the Pan-African Parliament, Zambia, Tunisia, and Djibouti, as well as a committee of legal environmental and institution experts from who mobilized their effort to contribute to the development of a current and consistent continental legislative framework for climate governance. In his address, the Speaker of the National Assembly stated that today the meeting, while focused on global warming, represents another step on the long and difficult road that still lies ahead. The work focused on key legal pillars of the model law, including the guidelines of principle. The opening session also include remarks from the representative of Pan-African Parliament's Committee on Agriculture and contribution from the African Alliance for Climate Justice. Campeski Palace Hotel hosted the launch yesterday of a preparatory meeting for the 7th session of Djibouti-Saudi Arabia Joint Committee at the expert level. The opening session was chaired by Ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mr. Dial-Din Said Bamakrama, and the Ministry of Transport and Logistics in the Kingdom, Musa bin Ahmed, on day before the meeting of the Djibouti-Saudi Business Council and a joint committee at the ministerial level. representatives from the various ministerial and government institutions in both countries participate in this preparatory meeting, which provide ample opportunity to exchange views on ways to develop bilateral cooperation, review joint projects, and establish practical implementation mechanism for previous agreement. In this context, the various technical committee discussed a number of priority issues for both sides, most notably strengthening bilateral relations, expanding areas of economic trade and investment cooperation, but also advancing partnership in infrastructure, logistics, energy, transportation, and other vital sectors. The head of Saudi delegation said in his speech, the Ministry of Transport and Logistics, Musa bin Ahmed, delivered a speech in which he indicated that this preparatory meeting is a permanent importance for this event. He welcomed the Saudi delegation participating in the preparatory meeting for the seventh session of the Joint Committee, emphasizing the great importance of this plenary meeting and its significance as a fundamental step of strengthening cooperation between the two countries. The ambassador praised the strengthening of bilateral relations between Djibouti and Riyadh. Djibouti celebrates the Arabic language with the third Arabic language Olympia. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training hosted the third edition of the Arabic language Olympia on December 6. As part of National Arabic Language, approximately 150 students from the public and private schools and university participate, all united by their passion for their mother tongue. During the Olympia, participants competed in various categories including spelling, drawing, general knowledge, creative writing, and a short story writing, showcasing their linguistic skills. These Olympiads serve as a valuable platform for protecting and promoting Arabic culture and encouraging young people to actively engage in learning the Arab language. This initiative is part of the preparation for the launch of National Arabic Language Week on December 11, during which a variety of cultural events will continue until the celebration of World Arabic Language Day. The third edition of the Arabic Language Olympia served as an occasion for the competition and celebration, expressing the pride of love for Arabic culture among Djiboutians. And now moving on to the original scene in Tunisia, 117 million US dollar investment to modernize fisheries and the sector fishery. Tunisia has launched the 5 years of the program with a budget of 117 US million dollar, aim to modernize and revitalize its fisheries sector. This initiative covers 17 coastal regions and aim to strengthen value chain, promote sustainable fishing, and support local community by 2030. And for the international scene, the Palestinian resistance movement Hamas, in cooperation with the team from the International Committee for Red Cross, is continuing its search operation in several devastated areas of Gaza Strip to find the bodies of Israeli policemen and who was killed on October 7, and it's considered with the last hostage whose remain have not yet been recovered. According to the Israeli authorities, insist that the body is still in Gaza despite the ICR having handed over several bodies of hostage in recent week. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.